Any show?
Any show. You have to give us some context, though.
I'm not a very funny person, so...
It doesn't have to be intentionally funny.
I got one for you. It was an accidental blooper. It was the first Stargate episode I did with Chris and Amanda and the guys, and I played Zales, this fish gill-faced alien, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So we were in these Mylar suits, or Mylar dresses, basically, right to the floor, hotter than Hades. It was like 38 degrees or something in Vancouver that summer. It was just nuts. That's Celsius. That's like 2 million degrees Fahrenheit. So it's a calculation. Work it out. But I'm lying on a gurney after being zap-gunned, and they're examining me, and you know, it's Richard Dean and Amanda and somebody else. I can't remember, but it was hot. So the takes went on, and I'm just lying there baking like a potato. Seriously, silver-covered potato. And all of a sudden, I fell asleep. But I didn't know that. And Amanda, so my blooper is Amanda. I wake up, open my eyes, and Amanda's face is over top of me going, "Alex, you're snoring." Because the mask is completely across your nose, there's no air exchange, so I'm lying there going, what? So that's my favorite one. Yeah, you can't follow it, I know.
Yeah, you know, it's like, follow that. Yeah, right. Well, I think actually one of the crazier and totally unintentional, as they usually are, ones was it was on the set of Universe, and it was Patrick Gilmore, don't tell him I scrubbed his name, Patrick Gilmore's close-up, and I can't remember what episode it was. I think it was season 2, and he has a line, we're in the New Destiny bridge area, and he has some line, and then I have a line right after him, which was supposed to be, it's a font, because he's referring to Courier or something, or the name of a planet, I think it was, and then I say, oh, it's a font. But prior to that, we'd been joking around about Star Wars and doing all this, it's a trap! And doing like all this stuff. And so I guess it was just in my head, and as I was walking by, he said his line, and I was like, it's a trap! And so I just totally screwed up his close-up! So, yeah, totally unintentional. Sorry, Patrick.
I never really had any bloopers because it's really hard to bloop indeed. Mine are more like, you know, I'm a big fan of nudity. So on any set that I'm on, if you're coming out of an elevator, any closed door that you have to walk into a room or something, you're very likely to be met with one of my body parts. I think I just got Elizabeth Rome. She was from Buffy, then Law and Order. Plays my wife in Mega Shark versus Mega Shark. And so she, you know, she's used to working with like, you know, Sam Waterston, and, you know, like serious cats. And then she gets me. So we had this thing where the setup of it is I take this submersible shark and save her from the bigger shark. And
right there.
And so jump into the water and fish her out of the water. And so she's, you know, like into it, and like she's had this struggle and da-da-da. And so she's actually submerged for the first part of the shot. So when I pull her up, much to her chagrin, I didn't have pants on. So yeah, my lawyer is calling now. But one of the good ones was we did a serious thing in Unending where Bo dies, and Amanda has to be, you know, suitably emotional, and I meet her in the hall. Well, I had our wardrobe department make me a G-string that had a Stargate on the crotch. So, and they also made my pants tearaway, so I didn't have to like have anything undone or anything. So it's an over me to Amanda. So right as we roll, undo the pants. And so everyone starts laughing, and I'm trying to keep everyone quiet because Amanda's on the other side of this door. And so Robert Cooper was directing the episode, and Coop can't figure out what's going on. So they pan down. So, and little did I know there were some MGM executives there. But it was me calling something. So they pan down. And so on the monitor is like my bare ass. And no one yelled cut, so Amanda opens the door, and so they tilt back up, and all you can see is like my shoulder and her face like. So yeah, that was a good one.
In that vein, when I was doing the X-Files, I was doing a scene with, is that cheap? I was doing a scene with Jillian, and she comes, I'm in my office at my desk, which I spent most of my X-Files career at. And she's coming into my office, so what we did was this is really, it's kind of sexist and terrible, but we had this poor young lady crawl under my desk.
Go on.
And when Jillian comes in, I'm like, this little girl crawls out from under the desk. Just turned around and went back out. Didn't say anything.